Hello, hey guys.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, it's been a while since we've been regular here, but we are
Back.
we're back. We are back, and we're Dr. Yasmin
Dr. Yasmin Sharif, that would be me.
and Tyler Upsall. We're home care marketing coaches. We help home care and home health owners get nonstop client referrals and the staffing to back it up. So,
Yes.
what are we here for today?
We are talking about the number one staffing mistake home care owners are making in 2021 and are still making, and they would still be making in 2022 if they're not aware of it.
If they're still in business.
We,
I'm just saying it's so. I want to preface, there are lots of aspects to staffing. There's lots of pieces to the puzzle, but this one, if it's out of whack, it's like step one. The whole thing doesn't work. Hello,
Sherry, hi.
Sherry.
Okay, all right, you guys, we need to make sure we convey one thing. Hi, Janesh. Say hi. Because this is actually how do you say it? It's like it's ratting on you. But so we have a new monthly contest and weekly winners. Okay, so every time you attend a live and say hi, you're automatically entered into our weekly drawing, and then everyone who wins the weekly drawing gets to participate in a free group coaching breakout session with your favorite coaches.
Yes.
Which is not a format we offer, not even against many. Okay, so the only other format to get that kind of access to us is through our 9-week coaching program, which our students pay a lot of money to get access to. But so this is Sherry. Sherry, you're awesome. And then back to the topic of today, because we didn't just want to like bribe you for and not back it up. So we made the topic today specifically around your needs. We have observed the need for a little bit, but we were in the trenches working with our students on the staffing and the hiring and staffing. And so we're coming with a place of better authority on the topic. So we had our latest student. She was very much stuck with people who were not even pleasant to talk to over the phone, very little applications, all the way to when like the dam was open, six hires in the matter of a few days. Okay, and then it keeps on coming. All right, so we want to talk to you about something that we have observed not only in our like community outside as well, in other home care communities. It's very, very, very prevalent in our discussions with home care owners in Epiphany calls. We have also heard that a lot. You guys say hi, because if you say hi, you're entered to our weekly drawing.
Yep. Say hi, drop an emoji, question.
Yes.
Interact, and you're in the drawing.
Exactly. And so today it's about staffing. If you have questions and we have time, we're going to try to answer them. But so Tyler, we're talking about the number one mistake. It's like, this is a big claim.
Yeah.
It's a big claim. Okay. So here are symptoms that you are experiencing or you are kind of making that mistake. Okay. Number one, you're not having enough applicants. Number two, you're not retaining enough good caregivers. And number three, you're carrying a bunch of negative, feelings towards caregivers, towards the competition, towards retail stores. And so this is how you know you're not excited. That's the least we could say. But then you're also carrying these frustrations and negative feelings.
So you can ask yourself, thank you for the microphone. You can ask yourself, it was tilting. When you think about an applicant, when you think about calling them, how do you feel? Are you excited about your next awesome caregiver, or do you have anxiety and emotions that are coming up that are negative? And that's what we mean about negative energy around potential caregivers
Mm.
or the ones that you actually hired.
Mhm. And so there are 4 very specific places that this is affecting, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to talk about how you're going to fix that today. Okay?
Yeah, possibly more than 4, but,
Yeah.
but we've identified 4.
Yes. So, are you ready for the reveal? I'm sure you are. So Tyler is going to tell you what this number 1 staffing mistake
Oh,
is.
it's on me?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You're really good at storytelling and then, build up and.
thank you.
Mhm.
The number 1 staffing mistake that we see people making, and again, this is, there's a lot of big components, but if this one is in the way, nothing works. The biggest mistake we see people making is assuming that they know why people no show, assuming they know, why they no show, why sometimes they're unreliable. And not only that, you have a story around it that's negative.
Mhm.
Now stay with us because these beliefs are really easy and they're repeated a lot. And so it can be super tempting to just believe, okay, no, yeah, I know it's because people don't want to work. Or I know it's because of, strictly because of, there's too many benefits out there. What are some other stories?
What we have heard, it's mainly people are lazy, people don't want to work, and yes, it's hard to compete against other retail stores that are offering, or even the competition who has like huge sign-on bonuses and then bigger pay and all of that, as if you were stuck with these options. But let's not get to that just yet. But these are the main things that we have been hearing. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing we'll hear is this assertion. This is why we're not getting caregivers,
And it's evolving. We've been hearing something a few months ago. Now we're hearing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we ask them, our people or our community, how do you know?
Right.
How do you know?
Yeah. Then the answer is, well, I'm sure of it, or I'm pretty sure, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. And this is gentle, firm, gentle love at the same time from your home care marketing coaches. If you're sure of why this is happening and the story is negative, ask yourself, how am I sure?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have feedback and evidence other than what you can see, and so it must be this,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to tell you, you can tell a better story and you can get better results. So
Mm-hmm. Even if all of these assumptions were to be true, by the way. So, okay, all right. Can we talk about the 4 areas that it's affecting? This belief is present right now in physical manifestations in your business. So the first area is, and that it's affecting, is your mind, okay, and your energy. So think about a time where you went in a conversation where someone has accusations against you. Versus think about another time where you had some kind of lack. For example, you were behind on something and then someone told you it's all safe, we're going to catch up, you're all good. Totally different experiences. Your energy is different. Your productivity is different. What you want to give is different. In one, you're like struggling to just get to a baseline of neutral. You're trying to disprove that you are not a shit person. And in the other, it's like, it's safe. Whatever I'm doing is a bonus. And so you go from a neutral baseline and you're trying to do your best for everyone's benefit. to honor the person who's given you time or opportunities, and for yourself.
Yeah, and we're talking about your energy and how you show up. It changes how you speak to potential caregivers, it's how you answer the phone, the questions you ask. And in the examples you were giving, you may at least know what the accusation is and what their belief is. But in this case, you've got applicants coming with, they're like innocent thoughts and hearts probably. And they're coming into an environment where the person talking to them is suspicious of them, thinks they've got bad motives. There's just
they're bitter. What's it like to date someone and they're like talking about all their exes and how shitty they were and how they're untrustworthy, and they're going to see you through that lens, and it's not gonna feel good. So this is how your caregivers may be showing up to the interactions with you. But so this is the first area. So in your mind and your energy, and it's going to affect a lot of things in your decision making. For example, number 2, your job posting. If you don't know what's going on in their heads and what motivates them to actually work or show up more, you're not going to have the right arguments to attract them towards you. So your job posting is going to be blah. It's just going to do the same thing as it's been doing, attracting nothing or rarely attracting the people that you want. So this is the second area. The third area is your interview. So the interview is an amazing place to pre-frame things, to have this initial exchange, have a taste of what it's like to work together. Basically, let them know that, and if you care about making it this way, that you are an attractive employer and that you do care, in fact, about having their balance for them about their own goals, their passion, if they're passionate, and I'm hoping for you that they're passionate about their work. And then, for your own goals, you need to staff your clients, you need to staff your referrals, you need to be a reliable party for your referral partners. And so we want to have a win-win-win configuration here, because it's also for you that we want them to be happy about them having this balance between their goals and your goals. So in your interview, you're very likely lacking the questions and the process and the pre-framing to tell them, hey, I'm open. Hey, Dinesh. So I'm open to hearing everything. This is a safe space, and we're going to making it as much as possible a place of, you can be vulnerable. You can say things that may be unpleasant to hear for other employers, but I'm not one, because I really want all of us to be happy here, and I want this to be sustainable. Okay, not have assumptions that you should be working this much for this amount, and any more than that is completely unrealistic demands. And so the fourth area is in your ongoing relationship with the caregiver. So if you know how to be adaptive, you are tuned in, and you ask questions, and you ask regularly, you check in. Okay, you check in. You guys, and we're seeing a few people present, but I'm not seeing.
Yeah, if you're here and you haven't said hi, make sure you say something in the comments. It can be a question. Just say hi. Everybody who comments, interacts, is getting entered in our drawing.
Yes.
So we can reiterate it.
And I'm gonna pull up the people on our page. Oh, I think it's streaming also on YouTube. Yes, it is streaming on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So, okay, first area, your mind, your beliefs, and then the lens through which you're seeing the world and the people. Number 2, your job posting. Number 3, your interview process. And then number 4, basically your relationship. Hi, Ogeshuku. I hope I got it right. Close. Hey, Zakia. Wee! So the ongoing relationship with the caregiver. What's next to actually give actionable stuff for our people to fix that, Tyler?
Well, luckily for us, we made some notes here. So yeah, let's talk about the solution. Number 1, is to drop the assumptions. If you think you know why this is happening to you, why people sometimes don't show up for interviews, or they're unreliable once you hire them, any of these things, if you think you know, especially if it's negative, step one is to drop the assumptions. It's not helping you whatsoever. It feels good to feel like we know and we can pin the exact reason, but there are other reasons, and there are positive ones, or ones that are at least neutral. And if you drop the assumptions, you can open yourself up to knowing what they are, and by knowing what they are, like Dr. Yasmin elaborated on, you will have the tools to be able to improve all the pieces of your process, your energy with them, your ads, the interview, and your ongoing relationship with them.
So I was talking to Tyler about what this reminded me, right? Because, okay, if you are really super open, you don't assume, and you're super open to actually, okay, that was actually, that's actually number 3. I may let you, talk about the second thing.
Okay.
And then the third, I'll step in.
Yeah, jump in whenever. So once we've dropped the assumptions, tell a better story. Okay, until you actually know, let's start with a better story. And it can be anything, guys. Beliefs can be useful or unuseful. And it is a much more useful belief to believe that that people have honest, legitimate reasons why they didn't show up, or whatever's going on for you that's unpleasant in your staffing. A good question to ask is, why would an honest, good, reasonable person do this? And find an answer that fits that. Okay, this is super helpful for overcoming that, because it's one thing to say stop assuming, and you've got this feeling that's gross about the person.
Mm-hmm.
Tell a better story. And then the third thing we would recommend is start asking. Get feedback. Actually ask the people.
You guys, this is the biggest piece, along with the fourth one. Okay, the biggest piece is actually collect feedback. You're going to create an incredible thing that's called a feedback loop here, because it's not going to just stop at you hearing things that are more or less pleasant, more or less actionable. Collect feedback. And so this is what I wanted to say a minute ago. I was trying to find, so when I was a kid, I used to watch Dallas, the TV show. It was dubbed in French because, I'm from Algeria, Northern Africa. I was trying to find the actual quote in English, which I could translate. Then I found out that it's, so from JR, right? Which in my mind, when I was a kid, he had like a debatable moral compass, but he was a savvy businessman, right? And so the quote that I found was actually from Pablo Escobar, but it's useful for you guys today and for very good intentions and purposes.
So what is it in French?
It's tout le monde a un prix, il suffit juste de savoir lequel.
Everybody got that? couple members in our audience.
French-speaking community must have. So everyone has a price. The important thing is to know what it is. So it's not like you can't buy someone. So we're not getting them to do something wrong here, okay, guys? Remember that we all have a personal life and personal stories. They might be enjoying for the first time to dedicate to possibly their children or to their passion, or they actually have a better opportunity and caregiving was not paying enough for their intents and purposes at that point. There's lots of incredible and beautiful stories.
Or one, by the way, if you showed up with negative energy and their interaction with you was awful, maybe don't wonder why they didn't want to come back.
That's true. Exactly. It's very possible. Hi, Robin. Oh my God, Robin. So good to see you. It's so awesome to see you. So it's true. Like one of the reasons could be that it was just unpleasant and they didn't. And it's a true thing. Why would you want to? This is part of life. Work is part of life. You wouldn't want to work for someone who's unpleasant to be around, or at least that you don't jive with, or you found someone else who you jive better with, and that's it. I mean, and it's okay. It's okay. You do also have the same criteria and boundaries. Everyone else's have those things. So allow people to tell you these things.
And it would be nice if everybody could just explain, even if that's the case. But not everybody has the tools.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just easier when you don't have those tools sometimes to just cut contact.
Mhm.
So that can happen. Not saying that you're doing that. None of you guys would do that, right? None of our audience, but it happens, and it's often unintentional.
So, okay, so a solution, don't assume, tell a better story. There are really multiple ones, okay? And even if that story is really this is making, less honorable people emerge, what should I do to find the good people that I'm after? Okay, so like be in a constructive mode instead of staying stuck with people don't like to work. And so third one is get feedback, get actual feedback, get it from with their words. Especially that if you use their words, it's powerful. Back into your feedback loop, which we're going to talk about in number 4. We're going to say something?
Possibly what you were going to say in number 4. So.
No,
Bazzy.
that was your part. Go for it.
Okay. Well, this is more of the practical ways to get feedback. Is that where you were going?
He's giving you better, you guys.
Nice. So we can't go a deep dive and cover everything on a live, but for those who you do get back in contact with, or at least try and ask them, hey, I don't know what happened. Can you share? Was it something we did? Did you find a better position? When you're talking to people and looking for feedback, it's super important that your energy is on point. You're not assumptive. It's a safe space, and you just ask. You can use the phrase "I'm curious," which is super disarming. My voice is.
And remember, guys, people don't owe you anything. It's really easy for them at this point to walk out and give you nothing. So you really you have a great motivator here to be on your best behavior and best energy. Okay, so yes, back to that curiosity energy. That curiosity energy is beautiful.
Yeah, and that applies to applicants who didn't make it all the way or caregivers who left.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true, you won't be able to talk to all of them, but for the ones that you do have that opportunity, do that. And then I wonder if people would like a bonus tip for use in interviews.
Can I take a guess for our people? Who wants a bonus for a tip for interviews? Oh my God, you've got incredible stuff for our people in that department. Which may I just have our people notice when they are when they use a tool in general. It's a lot easier. We get those things often, but have you been bribed to fill out a survey before? You guys, there's a reason, because these guys, they know that 1, feedback is important, and 2, it's critical to improve the systems and processes, and then make yourself a more attractive service or product provider. So, bonus tip.
All right, bonus tip. And this will help you with your feedback. It'll also reveal some things about the person you're interviewing.
Oh.
That'll be super helpful. So in your interview, you can ask them, have you ever left one position for another? And make it safe, because if you're irritated about it, they're going to pick up on that and they're not going to share freely. But have you ever left one position for another? And if so, what was your motivation? Like what made it a better choice for you? See how we're making it a nice thing that they did? Making it safe. What made it a better choice for you?
Oh my God.
And then after they answer, especially if you feel like they give an honest answer, ask them, thank them and say, okay, what if anything would have made it better for you? What would have made you stay? You're going to find that the answer you get, they may be flippant. They may be in energy that you don't appreciate, and then or along the way, you're going to find out what motivates this person, and you'll start collecting this along the way and see patterns and things that you can focus on in your ads, your interviews, your follow-ups, all of that.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible.
You can send your checks to.
We'll send you the Cash App account. So this is incredible, and you see this kind of input is where you go back. And so step number 4 is improve your processes, right? So you go back in your ad or job posting, you talk with those words in the interview, and you preface and you say, okay, I do understand that you want as many shifts as possible at the highest pay as possible. Sometimes that's available, sometimes it's not. And then you go and talk about like how you operate as a business owner and employer to make sure that this is like you have their goals and needs in mind, okay? And so you will be asking the right questions. You will be framing in the right way during your relationship. You will be checking in on them and asking how it's going. If there are elements that are more important than others, you're going to be also asking about those, and then assigning shifts accordingly. Prioritizing differently.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And again, there's a lot of things in your staffing process that may need fixing that you can do to supercharge it. But if this is in the way, if you're assuming that people have negative intentions, that they're lazy, you've shot yourself in the foot, and you're going to continue to find people that way.
Oh my God! Oh, that's the beauty of the law of attraction. It's going to give you more of what you think than what you're experiencing. And so another point that I wanted to add was this campaign that we helped with in Reno, Nevada. And it's not a big area. There's not a lot of volume, but we have noticed that there was a surge in like search terms for caregivers for home instead. Specifically for home instead. So when everyone was complaining about staffing shortages, home instead was fine. And so as it turns out, they adapted their sign-on bonus, they adapted their hourly pay, right? I mean, what's the point in complaining and not being able to hire and then not being able to have clients? And so it's a loop. So you can't grow your business because you cannot have the right people. You can't have the right people because you're stuck with that assumption that there's lazy people out there, and then it stops. So if you see that what unlocks it is having better pay and better benefits or better working conditions, you're going to attract more people. And yes, the conditions are going to change for your business and your clients. And so this is a point where you're going to think to yourself, I think I need to increase my prices to make this work. And that's what people are doing. They are propagating this all the way to the client side, because your client wants the solution more than they want to pay a fair price for a solution that doesn't exist. Okay, so if there's no solution, that's a problem. Okay, if you at least give them one and say, at this point, this is the value for having this solution, you will have people who will say yes, because this is more important to them than saving up or paying a lower amount.
She's right.
So we've seen it with so many of our students, and they go back and they do ghost shopping. So they ask people around in home care agencies, and wouldn't you know it, they increased the caregiver salaries, and they increased their sign-on bonus, they increased their pay and their benefits. They just adapted because they were open to taking the feedback and adapting their systems and processes.
And let me point out that we're not saying these are the elements that you need to adjust necessarily, but having that feedback and knowing what people are saying, what they're looking for, and why they left, you will know then what areas you can improve and what areas you're strong in that you can focus on.
Exactly. So we hope this was useful and helpful. If you have other questions, we actually had question from Jessica yesterday on the post. I don't know if I should pull it up or we should. I haven't discussed this part, but we did collect some questions.
Yeah.
And then we do have also a weekly winner to draw, which we may do in another live later this week.
Yeah.
Sound good?
It sounds good. Yeah, I think we're at time.
Perfect. So if you have any questions, guys, drop them in the comments. Thank you so much, you guys, for those who attended live. We loved having your energy with us. And so if you have any questions, you can reach out. We're accessible. You can drop a comment or DM us directly, and we can give you we'll ask questions, and then from where we're at, we can give you guidance on what the best next step could be for you, in whatever area you need help in. You're welcome, Zakia.
Yeah, and I was going to say the same thing. Comment here, message, just be personal.
Yeah.
We're very personal. We love our community. That's not something we say. And if you reach out, you'll find that out. So we would love to help if we can. So let us know.
Awesome. And on marketing, sales, now staffing, and also mindset. All right, have an awesome rest of your day and week, you guys.